Good morning, everybody. Hey, welcome to this Thursday, the 7th of August. Yesterday, we managed to end up in all green ink. We'll talk about that and more in just a few moments. Before we do that, let's not forget that there are so many things in this world that you and we have no control over. But you can take control of your investment portfolio by knowing the amount of risk you have and making sure that it lines up with the amount of risk you should have in your current portfolio based on your circumstances. Give us a call 863-382-0037 to schedule your core retirement design. Hey, with that, on the radio next.
Services offered through Second Half Financial Partners, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. The opinions voiced and information provided in this material are for general informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which investments are appropriate for you, please consult with a financial advisor. Second Half Financial Partners, LLC does not provide tax or legal advice. Please consult your tax or legal advisor regarding your particular situation.
All right, it's 8:40, and that time of the morning where we check in with Philip Statler from Statler Financial Services and get an update on what we can expect today with our financial markets. Hey, Philip, how you doing this morning?
Hey, good morning, Doug. Doing well today. Hope Dave hit them straight yesterday and hits them straight again today. But yeah. So the markets ended up much, I'm gonna say, in the green. We had one little hiccup there in the Russell 2000. It was down about 0.2%, $4, not much. On the other ones, though, everything was up pretty well. We've got the Dow Jones Industrial Average up $81. It closed at 44,193. S&P 500 up almost 0.75 point, 45, almost $46. That puts it at $6,345. The Nasdaq, big winner yesterday of 1.2%, $252, and closed at 21,169. So all in all, Doug, I'd say it was a good day yesterday across the board.
Well, that's good. We need some good news.
We need good news, don't we?
Yeah.
So let's look here and see kind of what we may be looking at today. As we head into some different things that people are talking about. And as soon as I get my darn computer to work right, I'll be sorry about that. All right. So anyway, we are well, we got some good news in certain areas. England lowered their interest rate down to about 4%. So that was some good news for them as they get ready to start the day. And then we had some other news come out across the board. The president, he's not happy with Intel CEO. He's calling for him to resign over some scuttles, I think, with China looking in there. The other news that we had going on is that I'm trying to find out. Trump made a big announcement and signed a big executive order yesterday, Doug. He signed executive order allowing for alternative investments in 401ks and profit sharing plans. And so what that means is that it opens the door now for things like Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, private equity, those type of alternative investments to be used as an investment option within 401ks. Now, let me just tell you, that doesn't mean every 401k is going to allow it. It just says that 401k administrators and fiduciaries have the ability to add those type of investments into 401ks. So it will be interesting to see how those things get adopted over the next 6 months to a year, because that's going to be really kind of the key is who's going to use them and who's going to allow them. Because like I said, just because the president signs executive order, it doesn't mean that that it's going to be something that everybody is going to use or be able to use across the board. So that'll be interesting to see what happens with that. And then we've got interest rates, mortgage rates, some of the lowest that we've seen over a period of time, they finally dropped a little bit, which has been some good news for them. The trying to hit some other news as we look at today's unemployment day, right? So we had initial jobless claims come in. Initial jobless claims 226,000, a little more than expected. The expectation was 221, and more than what it was last week when it was 219,000. So we've got a few more initial jobless claims. On the other side, though, we've got U.S. productivity has increased more than expected. Productivity up 2.4%, better than the 1.9 that was expected, and way better than the negative 1.8% we had last quarter. So good news there. Labor cost has gone up just a little bit more than expected. But other than that, I'm thinking that the economic front is looking really pretty good. Again, looking at the interest rates, both the mortgage rates coming down a little bit, as well as the Bank of England lowering their interest rates. So let's switch gears a little bit and talk about what may be or what is happening when it comes to earnings report. I'm going to say the first big one I'm going to look at this morning is Peloton. Peloton posted a surprise profit announcement, but they're also going to lay off about 6% of their staff. But all in all, earnings were significantly better than expected. They earned 5 cents a share. They were expected to lose 6 cents a share. Revenue ahead of expectations also by a little over $25 million. So Peloton's getting a nice little bump this morning, up almost 12%. And let's remember, Peloton, they've had their struggles over the last several years. And it looks like maybe the new CEO has figured out a way to grow that company, which would make shareholders happy heading into the rest of this year. Christmas time, maybe that'll be what you get, a Peloton under your Christmas tree. Drug companies are also big news right now, especially since President Trump continues to talk about extending tariffs and increasing tariffs significantly on pharmaceutical companies. Eli Lilly reported they beat significantly on earnings and on revenue. They kind of said that one of their drugs, they've got a weight loss drug that they're working on that's a pill form that says that it will lose 12% of your body weight over 72 months. And so that was considered a good return or a good expectation on that. Still fighting though, I think, because of some of the diabetes drugs and some of those other drugs are now fighting for the same space. And so they've got a little bit of headwind, I guess, because maybe it's profit taking today. I don't know, but they're down about 8% this morning. After good reports, that's tough to hang on to, but I'm thinking it must be some profit taking coming off there. So the last, let me see what else I got here. Oh, there's some other ones. Airbnb reported they beat on expectations as far as earnings, and revenue. However, I think they're struggling here. If I can find the spot, there we go. Yeah, they're down 6.7%. And that may be a couple things there. That may be that people are looking ahead as the economy is slowing down. The expectations that maybe, there's going to be weaker sales in the second half of the year seems to be what's really putting some pressure on them this morning. DoorDash, they beat, and so they're trading up this morning, almost 7%. So we've got some good news across the board. The last one that I will look at is Burger King. Well, not Burger King, Restaurant Brands International, which is the parent company of Burger King, Popeyes, Tim Hortons, those guys. Popeyes saw a same-store sales decline. Burger King, I think, had a pretty good deal. They missed on earnings by about 3 cents a share. They beat on revenue, but that's not really helping them this morning. They're down about 1.6%. So, all in all, we've got kind of a mixed bag when it comes to earnings. But the markets are happy this morning as we look at the unemployment, those type of things. Uh, a nice bounce today. The Dow's up almost 0.5%, $214. The S&P 500 is up 0.6%. That's almost $40. And the Nasdaq 100 is up 0.75 point. Russell 2000 is coming back after down yesterday, up almost 1% this morning. So good news on the exchanges this morning as we open up. On the other side of the coin, we've got silver up 1.5%, gold up 0.6, and then crude oil up almost 0.7%, $64.80 a barrel. And then let's look and see if we've got on Europe. Europe is a mixed bag this morning, anywhere from down 0.75% to up a little over 1.5%. Asia, kind of the same thing, a little bit of a mixed bag there as we get started today. Remember that there's a lot of things that could be happening and causing a lot of headwinds when it comes to your retirement planning. And that's why I offer you a half an hour just to see if you're on the right path to the retirement you always dreamed of. Give us a call at 863-382-0037 to schedule your core retirement analysis. And then join us this weekend for the Statler Financial Radio Show, 6 a.m. and noon on Saturday, 10 a.m. Sunday morning on Highlands News Talk, 7:30 a.m. and 95.3 FM.
All right, Phil, let's hope that the good news continues.
Absolutely, man. Well, we'll be back tomorrow morning with Dave.
Yeah, Dave will be back tomorrow, and hopefully we got good news from today, and we will talk again with you tomorrow. Have a great day today.
All right, babe. Take care, Doug.
All right, that's Philip Statler from Statler Financial Services.
Hey, folks, again, I want to thank you for joining us today. Have a great day. I look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow. Bye now.